In today's episode, I invited my friends Andy Zhang and Sunny Diggle to have more like a celebratory chat about my experience as a realtor and their trajectories in this career. I'm celebrating my 2 year anniversary as a realtor this Friday, and I just wanted to have a fun chat about our careers, our different styles, and have a little bit of champagne with them. Stay tuned. Hi, everyone. My guests today are Sunny and Andy. They are great realtors and also my friends. This is a celebration episode because it's going to be my 2 years as a realtor on Friday. So we're going to have some champagne and discuss our careers in real estate. Welcome, Andy. Welcome, Sunny. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your career so far? We'll start with Andy.
Well, thank you, Salwa. Thank you for having me over. Okay, this is actually congratulations on your second year in business.
Yes.
More years to come.
Yes.
Yes, and this
Be
is my.
at your level.
You are. So thank you again. Thank you. I've been doing this for 16 years in business, and so far so good. I have. It's been a great career so far.
Yeah. About your career now, it's your turn.
First, sorry. Many congratulations for
Thank
2 years
you.
in business. I hope you gain strength every single day. Maybe prospect a little bit. You know,
Right away. He's
That-
digging into me right away.
some MFO coaching rules should apply to you. But seriously, I am jealous of all the success that you own, and you take it as it is. So phenomenal job, and
Keep talking.
You're not jealous.
I want to make sure they hear what you're saying.
Yes. Should I repeat it or we
No,
good?
no, you're good.
Okay.
See, I like the fun podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's my
Oh,
podcast.
is it like
I
that?
can do
Is it
whatever
like
I want.
that? That's how it works?
Just this episode
Just
is.
this
Because
okay.
it's like with my friends. It's not like formal.
So, going back,
You're not jealous though.
prospect a little bit. No, I'm not jealous, but I have to say,
Envious.
Little jealous. I have to prospect. How come leads show up in your inbox? So slightly jealous,
It's
but
just me.
I wish you a lifetime of success and you gain strength every day as an agent, and not only social media but otherwise too.
Damn it.
For me, I was a part-time agent forever, and I really trying my best to be the best agent I can for the past few years. And of course, you guys know, he knows, he's been a big part of, my evolution into the industry, and so definitely trying my best to get the best service that I can as an agent, provide the most value, leaving the paycheck behind. It's about talking and creating more and more value. That's my core, that's my belief, that's what I'm trying to do right now. So that's me.
Were you always about like leaving, like forgetting about the paycheck and adding value, or this is just a new development in the past few years?
Yes, in all honesty, I wanted to make a lot of money. That's why I got into real estate. But yes, it is always about customer first, and then me second. Paycheck will follow, of course.
I like that. And the one more thing I want to add on is the providing value.
Yes,
Providing value
Yeah.
to our clients.
especially these times, right? If just even today I was talking to a bunch of different people, and all of them have to, a lot of them have to say the same thing, where it's really challenging in today's time, where my interest rate has changed and my payment has gone up, because summertime is busy time for us, and
Yeah.
you want to do a lot of business where it's easier for the client to, it's because one of the reasons it's easier for the client to
Make a move right now. Yeah.
yes, it's easier, but people are in a tough spot where they just want to wait it out. And that's when, as realtors, our responsibility goes up, where we have to make sure that we are giving them the right information, like you said, providing the right value to them, and see if it's a good fit for them, and only then act in their best interest. So yeah, that's me. Your thoughts?
Well, what you said is exactly what I want to say, so we got it.
Bit of bromance going on
No, no,
here.
yes. No. I think that what I believe is that when we meet clients, it's not about you. It's more about how you going to help the clients.
Yeah.
So that's why I said that providing values. What is you going to do to help your client to reach their goal?
Yeah.
Right. For example, as a buyer, obviously they have a goal to find a dream home for them. As a seller, obviously trying to get the maximum out of it.
Yeah.
I was just coming out of a listing appointments. They're looking to move to Niagara Falls. And of course, they're trying to maximize their property there first, right? And then they'll consider about, obviously, sellers are interviewing a lot of agents.
They have.
I'm second.
Oh.
I believe that providing values will get their attentions.
So how did they find you?
Actually, this is an online lead. I've actually called, follow-ups, got the appointments. So I actually did just follow, just like what Sunny's saying, follow the MFO.
You dropped the package beforehand?
Yes, I couriered it, and called back, but no pickup.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not about that important, but I did went there, meet them, nice couple. So the goal is to obviously get the listing. Yeah, providing values. Yeah.
So they don't usually sign the contract, not like when you go for the listing appointment. They're going to meet more agents and then decide if they want to work with you?
Usually, I'll say 50% of time if I get a listing at the listing appointments I go on, I will get a sign up right at that moment. And sometimes I have to follow up.
Isn't
Right,
that
and
the MFO way to like get it signed while
Yes,
you're there?
It is.
It's absolutely the way, like he says, I pre-qualify or disqualify to stay home. So he's, of course, our coach mentor is so strong in his approach that he would do everything to get the contract signed, provided there is motivation in place. And today's time, there are so many factors that attribute. It's so many things that a seller may not realize. And as agents, I'm learning it the hard way where if I'm going to a presentation, then obviously I want the best result for me.
Yeah.
But when I talk to sellers who eventually picked me and then I revisit that conversation, there is so much apprehension that they are going through because I may say one thing and another agent may promise another thing, and they have to go on gut, sometimes figures, sometimes different information to actually pick an agent.
Right.
And if with Andy's experience is about 50%, then that tells us
Yeah.
a lot, right?
Correct.
For sellers to be able to be so diligent and sharp to be able to pick the agent that is going to be working for their best interest. So, it's a tedious process, but there is definitely a method involved to seeking the best result. Of course, hiring the right professional which will work for them is the core for this process, I think.
One thing that I add on is that it's not about like is it good to go on qualified appointments? Of course.
Yeah.
With the market change, in this market changing right now, how many appointments can you go on? Qualified appointments can you go on now?
Not many.
Right.
I mean,
Since
she's shrugging her shoulder because all her customers are pre-sold on
yes,
her.
exactly, because she did her branding. Put it
Yes,
this way.
so-
Now, my point is that if we're not going on as many appointments as we needed to go on in this market,
Yeah.
why not go on appointments where you can meet them, build reports, right? Build reports, and when they believe in you, they will actually come and sign with you. That's the kind of things, a little bit changed, a little bit different from Mike Ferry, but I do believe that this works well with me in the last couple, I'll say last 6 to 12 months. And I have actually got people calling me back after a few months. Oh, we're ready now. We want to get here and sign.
Love it.
It's awesome.
So that's why I said 50%. If let's say if I go on 10 appointments, I might sign 70, let's say at this moment probably at 70%. And that 70% will, out of 50% will sign right away, and then 50% will come back. Or I have to follow up as well. Not just they come back, I follow up, right?
That's
Yes.
awesome. So what can you do to stand out? if they say no, we need time to think about it, what do you do in your power that makes them call you back?
It's about if we actually providing a value and they see that you're the person, then I think they will call you back.
But then what about consistent follow-up? Like, do you remind them all the time then?
Oh, I do.
I'm
I
here.
do, but it depends on their situation. If they're saying that they're not ready, we're not ready yet, we have to do some renovations, then we're gonna call maybe I would say let's get a timeline. Is it 2 months or 3 months? Then I'll reach back out to them after, let's say, a month, just to give them some updates.
Yeah.
Right? So follow-up is very important. And and a lot of times the appointments are happening because of you follow up.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like I'm being pushy, but I think being pushy works.
Put it this way. People will say that, oh, you're persuasive. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing if we were to find buyers for you.
Well, yeah, I did get 2 listings that way, but sometimes it's just like,
You're going to say, what did you say by getting that listing appointments?
I was like, well, wouldn't you want somebody like me working for you? Like, I am so consistent with my follow-up that I will work this hard to find you a buyer.
Exactly.
But now they want to fire me. So,
Well, I mean,
because I took the listing even though I knew the price was too much.
Overpriced.
So, yeah, so 6 months later, I'm in the situation where they are just like, this is not working out.
Yeah, and I 100% believe in that in terms of if we're taking over listing price, that is the cost.
Yeah.
That is the cost.
See, I've been in this situation, you know it, he knows it. And my coach said there's not one agent across the spectrum who's not taken an overpriced listing in their career. So let's face it. But the second thing that he said is what Andy said is there's going to be a cost to every listing.
Correct.
You're going to be servicing them, you're going to be answering the phone calls, you're going to be working to find a buyer, create opportunities. So we are all there, it's part of what we do. We can't be having the perfect home, perfect price, perfect everything. It's just part of business. Now that brings me to a question, and I'll go to Andy and then I'll go to you because it kind of resonates with what he said about follow-up and how sellers are reacting currently and how he is pursuing them. And 2 aspects. My process is if they're not signing, then my job is to leave them with a lot of value gap. So there is things, you asked Andy a question, what do you do to stand out?
Yeah.
You know, what I do to stand out essentially is ask questions. You know, these are the stats. These are the active listings. This is what has sold. This is what is the trajectory because I study the market day in and day out. Would you be kind to please ask these questions to the next agent that you are interviewing? Would they know all these stats? And for any reason they can't answer any of these questions, you give me a call.
That's interesting.
Right?
Because I feel like that method would work on one personality style, not all personality styles of clients. Like there's some of the clients that I meet that don't really care about those numbers.
Okay, well, you were expressive. What style would it work on? Analytical?
Yes.
Okay, I knew you were going with that. Wouldn't you want to know that the person that you are dealing with is the best person for the job? It's a numbers. At the end of the day,
but then you're implying that the best person for the job isn't analytical and knows all the numbers.
No.
No?
So would a seller sign on the basis of how cool their agent is or the dollars? No, answer. I'm asking a question. Do all your sellers sign on what's on their dollars and cents, or do they love how good Andy is and how successful Andy is?
Of course, the dollars.
Yeah. What about you?
Exactly.
Is how good looking or how famous their social media realtor is, or would be dollars?
I don't think so. No, of course not. But the CMA that I'm presenting to my clients is coming from all of that study that I have done, right? So when I say this is the price that I think is right for your home, obviously I have done the research to come up with that number and shown them comparables of what has sold, the specs of these homes. So in that conversation, they're able to see my knowledge, right? But if I were to add this little thing for me to stand out about all of the homes that are sold in this much time, I feel like that's a little overkill, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Let me add to that. So you've said you've done your research, you're a professional realtor,
I
and you.
study home prices day in and day
Okay.
out.
So you
That's what I do
sometimes
for a
use the
living.
script as
I
well.
sometimes do.
Viewers. So now there is somebody else who's come in and given that I can get you $50,000 more for your property, and if it's dollars and cents, unless there is knowledge or value gap given to the seller, they would not know how to react. Is where I'm going with this.
Got it.
So
But
my USP, or where I would like to be, obviously, providing them with such concrete system or information where they have to be forced to think.
for
Okay.
me, the strategy is the other way around. I don't want to overshare information that might make them feel overwhelmed.
Possible. Now let me ask the second part of my question.
Yes.
So bunch of people these days that I'm noticing is, I will list with you if I get X amount of dollars. Semi-detached home, 4 bedroom, corner unit. Of course, you don't know that much of Brampton. Semi-detached home, 4 bedroom, legal basement, really nice house, $1 million, give or take, because of the age, not
Yeah.
new. The lady says, I will, sure, I will listen to you if you can get me 1.2. My question to you is, would you still pursue that appointment to keep in touch, like you said? Or would you say, ma'am, now is not the right time, or sir, now is not the right time, let's keep in touch and we will get back to you when the market supports your price?
I think that's a very good question. For me, I will go to the appointments just to see, to meet them, to greet them, and to present ourselves, right? So I will go on to the appointments in a way where, of course, we have to show them that, hey, your home is worth X amount of money. Why do you feel that your home is worth $200,000 over what the market is?
Wonderful. So that's uh, a big thing that we should tell all viewers from your podcast platform is, uh, I 1000% believe in what his idea is, to still go there, give them value and say, hey, these are some concrete numbers to support what the market can get for your home. And fair enough that you are expecting X amount of dollars and it may not happen, and ask more questions as to why do you think this price is what you need? Is this a financial thing? Is there something else that they are expecting, and so on and so forth?
Well, as a seller, they always said that I did this kind of upgrade, which I think that it worth more. Exactly what
Absolutely.
happened when I was coming over. And so the point here is that selling is actually not telling. Selling is asking more right questions, good questions to lead them to what they want to go, where we want to go as well.
Absolutely.
So selling is just like that's exactly what Mike Ferry says, is that selling is not telling. Selling is asking questions, asking the right questions to lead them, and that was something that I would go on and present ourselves and show the value. Why you? There's over 70,000 agents over in registered in Toronto real estate.
Yeah.
Why you? Right? Why you? So
I gave you my, because I will do certain things which not many agents are prepared to do. You will post amazing videos, which I credit you for to build your brand, to support value. So there's various
There's
ways
different
to,
methods to get to the
various
same
ways to do
result.
this.
Exactly. And one thing that I have to say to both of you, one for Sonny, is that I admire his work ethic. I honestly,
I
to
agree.
to my heart, I admire Sonny's work ethic. For you, Salva, I do see that you're branding yourself. This is amazing. What you've done here today as well, and what you have done on the social medias, it's amazing. These are things that I do see value, guys. One thing that we can provide extra for our clients.
Exactly. If there was let's say a luxury listing in place, you have the means and resources. And I know you aspire to do a lot of
I
luxury.
do. Yeah.
So, anybody who's actually considering selling luxury, I mean, you should reach out and talk to her because she has the means and resources to really get the word out there. So, I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Amazing.
So, Salva, question to you. With the 2 years in business and a long career ahead, what do you see yourself establishing in the next 3 years? Let's say it's a 5 year mark, it's a milestone. And I know you are committed into this full time. So,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'm asking the question. She's the host. But
That's okay. We're having a fun podcast, right? A 5 year mark, I'm thinking that at that time I'm going to be way more established than I am now in the business. I I want to have systems in place that I don't right now because I'm still like winging it, I feel. So I aspire to be at a position where deals are coming in like clockwork, you know? The branding is to a level where there's no prospecting required and clients are just coming to me directly.
does that happen?
We all wish to.
Yeah.
We all wish to. But since Sunny's bringing up that 5 year mark, and first of all, it seems like you've been in business for a very long time, honestly. And my question to you is, since we're talking about 5 year mark, you set that system in place. Why don't you? What is something that you see yourself being in 5 years? In terms of productions, in terms of, are you going to be individual? Are you going to be a team? What is something that you look yourself at in 5 years? I mean, 3 years from now, 5 year mark.
I see myself being an individual solo agent, but I
Yeah.
do aspire multiple sources of delegated help.
Yes.
Administrative, you know, private chef, buyer's
Driver.
agent,
A driver.
driver. Exactly. Like that's what I anticipate. I just don't, with the level of customer service I aim to provide, I can't trust anybody else to take over the clients that are coming to me. I don't see myself ever giving up that kind of control, but just to make my life easier in other ways. I still want to be client facing. I want to continue doing all of the listing appointments, buyer appointments, even showings, because a lot of the buyer clients that come to me, they really rely on me to tell them what stands out about a property and what doesn't. So I can't really hand over that trust to somebody else. But other aspects of the job, you know, writing up offers, shortlisting properties to send to clients, all of those things I want to outsource.
That is great.
And I would like to have a driver
I'm
too.
looking forward to to seeing you having a driver, so that you don't have to drive
Yeah,
around.
I can be like Ryan Serhant, you know? It's funny though, whenever I'm driving to showings, I'm
Yes.
remembering all these emails I have to send
Yes.
and calls I have to make, and it's just a bad idea to try to do them when I'm driving.
Yeah.
So I always think like, oh, it would be so cool if somebody else was driving me right now.
Perfect. That is amazing.
Yeah.
What about you, Sunny?
5 years mark, so my idea, not 5 years, essentially I've been in the business for some time, but if I like I am committed to the process of improving myself daily, at the 50 transaction mark or a 65, then I do see myself having a team of some kind, probably a few buyers that can help with the buyer's process. I would obviously, still continue to list property and build on my organization and have leverage, and that's where I'm going with this. My idea is slightly different.
But then what about the buyers that want to work with you directly? How would you have the conversation?
Absolutely. I would learn to do this more effectively, where I would say, hey, this is XYZ and is fully trained and qualified in the area that you're going to be seeing properties in.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to negotiating, if there's trust there, obviously, then I will be the person that's going to be
Negotiating for them
negotiating
still.
for you. And it will have to come to a point where, you know, we want to provide the most optimum service to the client, as our core value is customer service and making sure every dollar is either saved or spent wisely.
Yeah.
So that is going to be quintessential, but they have to have some system in place where, you know, buying side, there will be leverage involved, and selling side, I would be the quote unquote face for. Like again, I'm building my business around his
What
idea
Andy
of
has
business.
done. Yeah.
So again, there's no secret. There's no hiding. I claim it because there is very few people that have actually shared and embraced
What
me,
they do.
quote unquote,
Yeah.
really, as opposed to just saying they are my friends and well-wishers in the industry, and that's where I am. So.
Well, going back to your question to Sunny is that about the buyers, if there's a buyer that really want you to show it, and I think exactly what Sunny said. If a buyer who trusts you, a client who trusts you, and you tell them that, hey, no problem, we can arrange a showing for you, and if you don't mind, I have my team to open the door for you, and I'll take care of everything going afterward if you do decide to go ahead with the offer, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure that I've been through myself. I'm pretty sure like clients who sold, I'll say 3 to 5 homes, not bad. Like one client purchasing 3 to 5 homes, 5 homes actually, right? They have, and I told them that, hey, I'll have my team to open the door for you. Is that okay? They say, no, normally they will be okay with that.
That's
and then we'll
awesome.
take care of the offers. And they should be okay with that. And you shouldn't be going
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I'm not ready to give up that control, but I know
No.
Sunny has a client that loves him. He sold their home, and
I was gonna go there just now.
yeah. So
It
go
was-
there because
it-
they
it
were
was,
like, no, you can't leave us.
just a client that I just helped sell their property, and it's the first time that I'm in a position to where I had the conversation with the seller saying, hey, you know, I'm obliged and I'm so excited and happy for you that we were able to sell the home to what we wanted, and I know that you want me to help you buy the home. Is this okay where somebody else will be taking you to show property, but believe me that I will be there fighting for every dollar cent like it's my own.
And you will still be shortlisting the properties that they want to see.
100%.
Right.
And it had to do with me in my head versus them. But you know, you can't learn and live everything. You have to walk the walk to be able to be in that position to really understand what he is saying, where clients have purchased 5 homes with he not being in that transaction. It's just a humble start for me, and I just want to build on it where I give them so much confidence and value that
Yeah.
they would understand that when comes crunch time, he's going to be there. It's just a matter of somebody else taking over the run. If it's going to be a 30-minute drive and an hour drive, and somebody seeing 5 homes, could be sometime the entire day is gone. So that could
Yeah, like yesterday, my entire day was gone
so
going to London.
that's what it's about, and my seller was I'm so thankful for the people that we meet and associate with, because the husband said, Sunny, I've been there where I understand, you know, give yourself 5 years and you're going to be there. And the wife objected and said, what do you mean? He's going to be there in 2 years is what I see. And you know, that's the blessing where, you know, people look after you like I'm their own. So
Yeah.
that's a big win, and there's no price tag.
And also somebody came to you and said, how did you get this listing? I've been knocking on their door for so many years or months or...
That was one of the biggest things for me in my short career that I've been serious with, because that gentleman is a long-time agent, very skilled.
An MFO trained too.
MFO trained too, and I role play with them, and I know their skill level, and
And you won.
it's not well.
But you won their heart, so they chose you.
And that gentleman was so humble in saying that I had spoken to them and I was trying to work on this, but I applaud you, my younger brother, you got it.
Sweet.
So that's the kind of positivity that I hope a lot of agents from our
Get to
industry
see,
get
yeah.
and seek, and not be really self-centered or shallow. I apologize, it's the word I'm using is sometimes
Take that too.
shallow, where it's, people think so much about themselves where they lose the whole purpose of
Yeah. Like they
selling
forget
and
why
selling.
they got in the business,
Exactly,
right? To
exactly.
make this big dream
And
of people come to
kudos
reality.
to this gentleman to actually call me and really congratulate me for the listing. So
Awesome.
That's,
Sandy,
that's amazing.
thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Cheers.
you're the fucking best.
You're gonna have to be here at 9:15 tomorrow.
I can do that.
Okay? Because there's nothing I can do.
Just take a day off, Sandy.
I don't want to take a day off.
I'm joking. I'll
I
be
wanna
here.
stay home.
She,
I hate
never
staying home.
never takes a day off. Even I know that.
I hate staying home. I just, my mind is not stimulated.
I'll see you at 9:15.
She wouldn't 9:30.
I'm gonna do too late. But don't get show up at 9 because I won't be
I'm not gonna be here.
here.
either.
Bye-bye.
You should have told me 9, so I came at 9:15.
What's another question? What's new in the social media space? We have to go there because that's your forte. What would you recommend an agent that's wanting to make it big in the social media space? What would you recommend?
I think that like a lot of people are very scared to get on camera, and a lot of people think so much about, do I look good, and do I need to put on makeup, do I need to wear a cute dress, or
That's
or
for the
for
guys
men
too?
or for men like they need to like look presentable. And I think it's much easier for men, honestly, to just turn on their phone camera and talk. I would say to all the new agents, just start talking, because if you see my videos from 2 years ago, they are so cringe. Like, I don't want to look at myself from 2 years ago, right? But it's practice. And just don't be scared about what you look like, because the people that decide to work with me are following me for 4 to 6 months.
So
They
that's the
feel
proof of
like they know me.
So that's the proof of concept.
I
So
think like I don't have a method to my madness yet, but this is just what I've been seeing in the past 6 months, where like people will message me or call me that, oh, you did this thing where you posted your workout and it motivated me to go work out, or I did the cardio challenge with you, or oh, I love this outfit of yours and I went to buy the same outfit from the mall.
Wow.
And then a few months later, the same person is calling me and saying, hey, I want to sell my home. Right? The last few deals that I did were people that were looking at my stories and they were.
That is amazing.
So that made me feel like, okay, some days are really bad. I don't want to get in front of the camera. I look like crap. I'm like hungover sometimes. But I still post something because that makes me so real.
Right.
I guess it's just about just doing it, right? Just do it.
Yeah.
Like Nike.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Phil Knight said it best.
Phil Knight.
It's very daunting in the beginning, but now it just feels like it's like this phone, it's the portal to endless possibilities for me.
Well, that's exactly what it's actually my thank you for having me here again, because it's actually my first podcast. Okay.
Yay.
And I'm kind of nervous as well, right? Kind of nervous.
Doesn't look like it.
I am. I am. And yeah, thank you for the producer here.
And 5 other cameras following
Yes,
you.
yes, exactly. So this is actually amazing, and I think when you invite me, I was kind of nervous, but I said, you know what?
You just do it.
Let's just go ahead. Let's just do it with you guys being here. Nothing to lose. Even though it might not turn out for me, it might turn out not good, but it's okay. It's part of the game. We learn, and you grow. Right?
Absolutely.
And same thing, going back to the point is that just do it, having camera. I started doing that as well, and I think that things will change as we progress. Yeah.
So
What about
I'm
you?
the only one who's not on camera. But
Well, you were for some time and then you stopped. So what happened? What made you stop? Because I remember when you were on camera and we would go to like these real estate events and people would recognize you from Instagram. So why did you stop?
See, I am really committed to the MFO system and really putting feet to the ground, grinding it out 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And the weather is
In the fucking heat.
it's not favorable at this point.
Ridiculous.
But again, see, I can't be a master of all. I have to really give the time to master one system. And I genuinely believe, based on the recent transactions that I've had, is this system works. And it feels right because if I was terrible at the door, I know
Yeah. You
And-
know right away?
right away. And if I was great, yes, I would know. And if I'm good, average, I could tell by the face. I'm a people's person. I would, really be able to tell. So that's especially with somebody who was doing a lot of pre-con, a lot of online leads, sitting behind the computer, just calling, getting the drafts over. I'm feeding myself off the energy of the people, just walking on streets. I was telling him, I think it was end of May, that we were sitting down having lunch and we were having conversation, and that's when I decided that I'm going to door knock. I, being in Brampton for 15-20 years, had not seen parts of Brampton that I've seen in the past few months on foot. So it's
Ridiculous.
So,
But
well,
whatever works for you.
yeah, well, I get a lot of satisfaction from just going out there, putting myself out there, and yeah, some days are terrible because people are not in the best frame of mind, or it's just bad timing, and people will slam the door on your face and
I
say
did
rude
that
things.
one day and I cried so much. Oof.
I understand. That's why I said I admire the work ethic that Sunny has. And when you said that, when you were saying about people are not always on their best mood. Exactly, that happened to me where I was calling one of the expired listings in the East End, and then I called first time. She's like, "No, we're bank." She hang up right away. Second time call, third time call, fourth time. I was just calling because I was on an auto dialer, and then she picked up. She's like, and I was calling. I was just trying to ask more questions, and then she suddenly gave me an appointment. Man, holy crap! She gave me an appointment, and then
You were shocked on the
I was
call.
shocked. I was shocked, but I just
Like,
keep on
yeah,
following.
You want me to come over? Okay.
No. I wouldn't say that. If I said that to her, she will cancel the listing
Of course.
right away. But I was shocked by because I was calling a couple times. I knew that she was picking up, but the thing is, she changed the way that she talked, and I got the listing appointment set. I went there. Of course, I sent the pre-listing package. Went there. Didn't get the appointment signed right away, but I have very good feeling with them. Set appointments for me to call back. Oh, don't leave. One thing is I forgot to say earlier is that do not leave the listing appointment to not having a appointment set for the next call. It could be appointment coming back. It could be a phone call calling back. Setting appointments for you to call back, right?
Interesting.
So I actually set appointments for me to call, and I think 2 days later, she's like, "Andy, we're ready." Bam, got the listing signed.
I love those calls.
Yes, got the listing signed.
There's a flip side to it. Do you guys want to hear it?
Sure. Party pooper.
You?
About what?
You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I door knock, have an awesome conversation with
Yes.
somebody, and he gives me every bit of information that I ask him. Where is going? Why is he going? Email, phone number, you name it. I even knew what their pet's name were, and I have been trying to get hold of the guy for 3 months now and no answer.
He was in a good mood.
There you go. So, but again, this person, I would have to be persistent.
What
and
if
do
you
this.
showed up at the door?
Exactly. That's what I said.
I did, and I missed him. I will not let it go.
Go back in the evening like right after dinner, usually let's say 6:30.
With a bottle of wine.
Just saying, hey, you know what? I was thinking about you, right? Go back and say, I was thinking about you. I was in the area
And do you
thinking about
remember
you.
the name of the pet? That would make a great impact.
I do.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking about you. I was in the area and I was thinking about you.
All realtors takes notes. And Andy's speaking.
Andy's speaking, yeah.
There you go.
I know some people will be really jealous that Andy's speaking.
Yes, absolutely. I know them too.
Yep.
So now I have to bring up another thing that you really honed. You moved brokerages in the,
Yeah, I did.
you went to Home Life, and what caused you to be at Home Life? Are you happy? Where do you see yourself long term? What's happening? Maybe your viewers should know. I don't know. I'm curious too sometimes.
I told you so many times.
course,
I'll tell you again. Well, I joined Home Life when I became a realtor because when I was doing my courses at Humber College, on the 5th course timeline, you are supposed to fill out your information for brokerage to start contacting you.
We wouldn't know. We're not from Hamburg.
Oh yeah, you guys did it with Oria. Good for
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yes.
no, I was a little too late. So I did it with Humber, and on the 5th course, you fill out information, brokerages start contacting me. The first broker to call me, 7:30 in the morning, this man woke me up. I
Was
wasn't
prospecting.
5
Take
a.m.
notes.
I was in 5 a.m. club at that time. So I'm like, who the fuck is calling me at 7:30 in the morning?
And you answered?
And I answered.
Oh, which is weird.
Which is so weird.
The clients, please don't call her.
No. Now you can call me. I'm available 24/7 for my clients. So it was Mario DePaulo, the broker at Home Life Kingsview, and he was pretty cool. And he just told me that, look, this is what I can do for you. Very easygoing. This is the office location. These are the splits. I didn't care about all that. I was like, what training can you provide? And I went in person and I met him and I was like, there's really no point answering all the other emails and voicemails, etc., that I got, because at that point in my life, I already knew if I decide to become a realtor, it's all me. I can't rely on somebody else to handhold me, give me leads. I already knew that because I was already buying real estate for some time. And I had spoken to so many realtors by that time that I wasn't going to be sold on, we'll give you leads and we'll give you training. No, YouTube is my training tool. I watch YouTube to learn. Ryan Serhant's channel, pretty much any top realtor you could think of. I was taking in a lot of their information. So then EXP came about because, it was this thing. It was cultish feeling from EXP. But then I saw some really cool people at EXP. So the person that sponsored me was exceptional with his follow-up. He was almost annoyingly persistent, but it got me because I wanted to build an online presence and he was already doing that. So I was like, maybe something to learn, maybe I'll go to EXP. Again, splits don't bother me. Monthly fee doesn't bother me because I know that the potential of income is large if my mindset is right. So I joined EXP, but then things were just not what I thought they were going to be because they were still I was still the new agent. I was only 6 months in the business when I switched, 6 to 8 months in the business, and there was more I wanted to learn. So a year at EXP, less than a year by 1 week, I decided to go back because I'm a people person like you, but I'm next level to the point where I would rather just talk to people.
She is next level.
Next level people person in the sense that I would rather be client facing majority of the time and not have to do a lot of the administrative tasks that come with becoming a realtor. And I miss that at Home Life. I miss Sandy pretty much, right? And I wasn't getting the support. The mindset was being affected because people were very they can't help you unless you affect their bottom line. Nobody wants to help you. They just want to take from you. But nobody wanted to give. Well, obviously until I met you guys. But the company as a whole started feeling very blah to me. So I just decided to go back. And something happened when I went back to home. I called Mario and I said, will you take me back? And he's like, of course, come back. I started to try to negotiate my splits a little bit too. And he's like, okay, chill, come back. But when I came back, I felt like a weight was lifted off of me. Just the energy of the place was not right. And right when I came back to home life, I just felt like I'm me again. I could be me again. And I think my career flourished in the last, 4 to 6 months of leaving EXP.
Okay.
Because I have administrative help. I don't need to do things that I don't like to do. I just go
I
out and
think-
meet people and get listings and take buyers.
Exactly. As a sales, we should be doing that. We shouldn't be even touching the paperwork.
Correct.
So I
agree.
100% agree with you on that. And it depends. I wouldn't say everyone is like that. For myself, for my team, I have a system where we can set up where they don't have to do these paperworks, with, honestly, they don't have even writing an offer.
Are
right?
you recruiting me?
No. Well, what I'm trying to say here is that I agree with you 100%. You should be actually,
Doing what you're good at.
yes, exactly. That, not just that. What I believe is that it's about dollar value.
Yeah.
How much you are paying as a realtor.
Yeah,
per
in
hour.
my head, I'm $1,000 per hour
Perfect.
person. I
And
don't know
how
if I'm
much-
there yet, but in my head,
Yes,
I feel
your,
like
your mindset, correct?
Yeah.
Which is perfect. Now, think about this. How much is an admin per hour?
minimum wage.
15, 20 bucks?
Yeah.
Right? There you go. So why are you, all of us believe that we're having a certain amount of money where you can worth a few $100s to $1,000 per hour. Why would you be doing $20 an hour work?
And the cool thing
That
is
doesn't make
that a
sense.
lot of realtors take a few years to get to that mindset. Before I became a realtor, I was already there because, my parents hated the fact that I had a housekeeper, and when I lived in the home, I had a grass cutting person and a snow person. And my parents were always like, why don't you do this shit yourself? Like, you're young. And I'm like, yeah, but do you know that I'm $1,000 per hour person? Why am I going to do $20? And they would always be like, you fucking idiot. Like, why are you
Good.
born in the wrong family
No,
or
good.
something,
I think that good for you. You are like that. That's how you. That's
I
why
am.
that you're a noble life, right?
Noble life, exactly. Like, I became a realtor to elevate that lifestyle,
Perfect.
not to
Noble
bring
life.
it down.
Noble life, right? So I believe in that, and I personally believe in that. Why would you be like? Put it this way: if someone enjoy cutting or doing what they wanted to do because they could cool down their mindset, they can think through. Like I have a friend that very good friend. He actually enjoyed gardening, and which I don't enjoy,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't even touch. I mean, kind of get a little bit. I think that affected by him a little bit. I do like touch flowers a little bit
Yeah,
more
you
now.
touch them a little bit.
Touch them a little bit more right now, but used to, you know what? Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't believe in, like, for example, cutting grass. I will not do it because I believe that I have my hours. I could be use the time to stay with families or doing
Get deals.
sales, right? And same thing with snow shoveling. No, that's not my work.
Yeah.
That's not. I should be doing something better than this.
Exactly.
Even thinking, if I could think something better to make the system more smooth, it would be better worth than doing the work. That's what I believe as
like
well.
If it doesn't bring you joy, why do
Yes,
it?
exactly.
Yeah.
If you're having joy, then that's a different story.
Yeah, like one of my best
Right.
friends, she loves organizing and packing and moving. So every time I pack, every time I move, I move a lot. Like every year I was moving. This is
Yeah.
the first time I haven't moved in 2 years. She would come and organize all my stuff for me, pack boxes and everything, and I hate it. I'd be like, do you want me to pay you? She's like, no, I just love it. Just sit with me.
Yes.
And it's like shocking. But cleaning bathrooms, doing laundry, cleaning my house, it doesn't bring me joy.
Yep, I think you have better time. You have better things to do than those stuff. And now, well, what do you think, Sunny?
Well, I'm a blend. So I have somebody that will cut my grass or shovel the snow, but I'm still finding my niche. So I will still run open houses. I will still put the signs out, and of course he gave me a earful as to what the hell are you doing this stuff.
Yeah, I think I
And
did
I
that
will
too.
write offers or do the smaller nuances. In all honesty, in my core, I understand what you guys say, even you said X amount of dollars an hour. You said it, and you said it ongoing many, many times.
Did
And
I?
I feel I'm blessed. Yes, God has given me enough, but I still, in my core, maybe it's a bullshit rule or a rule. I'm reading a book and this term just hit me. So maybe it's something that I'm programmed with, that I
It's
have
a
to.
conditioning.
Yeah, I have to go through this process to be at a certain level. Maybe it's there, so I don't mind, but obviously I would want to learn and aspire to do better things with my time, and it's work in progress for me. To answer your question, really, of course, if my closest friends are going to say something, I'm going to obviously, try and understand what they are saying and try to act on it. Of course, me being me will do my own way and act on it.
Act with the most path of resistance instead of the least path of resistance.
No, I am with the least path of. You can say this. I would, usually do things right away.
You take his
Yes.
advice right
Well,
away.
well, actions. I think the actions. He's been amazing. And just one thing is that don't kill yourself. You're doing.
Yeah, famous
over,
line.
right?
Don't kill yourself. I hear this.
I take it to another level. Like,
Yes.
I don't kill myself at all. You, on the other
Yes,
hand.
yes. I mean, I believe that we should be working at a minimum standard, half
Yeah.
that minimum standard. He's going over that maximum, which I believe.
Like, I don't think he gives himself any rest days, right? So you need to rejuvenate in order
Yes.
to do your best, and you don't have
Exactly.
time
No,
for rest and.
Sorry, I'm interrupting, but I am really. You guys don't believe me, but I am really trying to create a balance around my life to where I can service my clients the best interest, and I can do justice to my own self in the best way possible, where I am fully ready to go out there and do what needs to be done to perform the business at the highest level. But I'm not there, clearly, with both your reactions.
No. You're actually you're there already. I think I.
You're starting a little bit. Like, the fact
Yes.
that you didn't do the open house this weekend, I was shocked. And you read a book instead?
Yeah, that was.
Because Andy said that to you.
He was like, "What the hell
Yeah,
is
good.
wrong with you?" And I was like, "Okay, there's something wrong with me. I need to fix this."
Like, the time that you spent reading the book, like, how much knowledge you gain in those 3 hours that you would have just been bored at the open house.
I mean.
Do you believe
no,
in open houses, though?
No. I think that with the time being with my ferry organization system, is that I don't believe in open house, but I have to say open house is a good branding, great for branding. Like, if this podcast is it for buyer, seller, or agents?
Buyers and sellers mainly.
Mainly, right?
But we can make this episode about whatever you want it to, because it's a celebration.
Okay, perfect. Now, I want to share this with you all. Is that we were talking about earlier? Is that if you're looking to do farmings in the area,
Yeah.
I think that you needed to have that open house. Right? You need to have that for sale sign there, and you need to have open house to explore that, to get your name out there.
Yeah.
Right? But branding, keep in mind, branding, it takes time, A. B, takes money. Right? But what you did is phenomenal. Right? So I'm admire what we have been doing.
But
See, I want to add, I'm interrupting. That's why I did the open houses before this, not this recent
Yeah, because
listing. Because I had
the-
door knocked the entire subdivision.
But
and
even for
people
the
knew me.
recent listing that you sold, everybody knows you.
It's
So I guess it was okay to not do the open house.
No, you know what? I have to say, nobody cares about you.
Exactly.
Sorry, I have to say that. Nobody cares about you. If you sell a
So-
property, nobody cares about
I
you.
agree.
So
I agree.
So these are anchor points. So you have a perspective, and he will say, "Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
You're not as important,"
Yeah.
which is quintessential.
But-
Because
But the thing is that when you told me that you were at your recent listing and some other neighbors saw you there. They said, what are you doing over here again? And you were like, chill, I'm not here to see you. I'm here for their home, you know?
Exactly.
So that was a testament to how people know you because you've been in the area so much. They're like, fucking leave me alone. We don't want to sell our home right
Oh
now.
my God, that's amazing.
The neighbor actually thought that I was door knocking
Soliciting
them again.
him.
Yes, soliciting them again. It was actually I was just
funny.
there to conduct
your
the
own
open,
sign or something.
open house, and it was
Yeah.
early in the morning. And what would I do at their home at 8 o'clock in the morning? I start my prospecting 9. They should know better. But I don't know what triggered them to say I'm back again.
It's like, relax, I'm not stalking you.
Yeah,
I'm doing my job.
Exactly.
I think that's very important. People, when people say something like that, hey, you know what? Hey, chill, man. I'm just doing my job.
Then they feel bad because you hurt their ego.
I said I pointed to my sign. Did you see my sign? I'm not after you. I'm
Such
just
a good feeling, right?
No.
Like, look.
I'm just committed to my sellers. I took their listing and I took their job on to get the best result for them. And
I love that. I love that.
That's a great feeling.
I love that. Is that what you said here? Is that I have a commitment for my sellers. I'm doing my job. I love that.
That's it. It may seem all rose, but genuinely, I was there because this particular case, they are retirees, and I wanted to absolutely make it personal because these folks were so transparent and said, this is, what we want to do, and this is what we can afford to do, right? So that's, you just want to, somebody who's giving you that kind of respect. How do you not reciprocate that?
Beyond, yeah.
No, what I'm going to add on is that going forwards, you're gonna have that personal touch as always because you're a people person, which I admire you a lot as well.
Amiable, right?
I've been back and forth, but let's see.
Yeah.
But again, he's not asking the questions. I'm asking the
It's
questions.
okay. You're the interviewer today. It's fine.
Okay.
Ask away.
So we covered the social media. I still didn't get a blueprint of
I
all.
don't have a method to give you, I swear.
Okay, it's for your viewers and aspiring agents that may want to replicate what you want to do. That's okay. If
Just
you
copy my videos, I guess.
Okay.
So can I ask you, what does your schedule look like?
She does not have one.
Excuse me, are you
Okay.
speaking for me?
No, sorry.
No, he's kind of right. Like until I went to the MFO retreat in Vegas, I didn't really have a schedule. So prior to July, I want to say March to July, beginning of July.
Coach Jill, please take note. I know you are on Instagram.
So what is since not everyone knows about what is an MFO, what is that?
Mike Ferry Organization.
And-
So Mike Ferry is the biggest real estate trainer in the world, been in the business for around 50 years, and we are all in the Mike Ferry Organization. We get coached by Mike Ferry trained coaches, which usually gives realtors an edge.
How is the trainings going? How long is the training?
That's a great question.
I love that, Andy. You have asked the best question of the day.
No, wait. There's so many questions. He asked me about my schedule first.
So your schedule first, and then
And
let's
then
say
the coaching.
Yes, and the coaching, and then how many calls we get, how long you're on a call weekly basis.
Yeah.
And what
So-
are your surroundings like? Do you,
Yes.
so please
I
explain.
think this what Sunny brought out is that very important. The surrounding looks like that's very important.
I'm going to throw you under the bus.
That is too funny. So prior to going to the Vegas Superstar Retreat, my schedule since I joined Home Life till July was very I was just reactive. So I would get a lot of Instagram queries, and I would just set up calls. I would just send them my calendar link, and I would set up calls with people, usually buyers. And then I started getting a lot of sellers that also wanted to buy, and I would go on these appointments, and I realized, and again, I made a schedule for me in the daytime because a lot of the calls were happening afternoon. So I would wake up around 7:30, 8, I'd go to the gym, make breakfast, watch TV, listen to an audiobook, go for a walk. Around noon, I would start the calls. Around 2 to 3, I'd come to the office, make my prospecting calls over here. I do have a database, but I don't call. I'll probably call 2 or 3 times a week. and I was getting these incoming messages on Instagram, and I would set up calls, and sometimes it would turn into an actual client.
Not sometimes. I can attest to that. It's a lot of times.
Yeah, then I was getting a lot of like queries for upsizers, which is my niche. I started making a lot of my videos around the upsizing, using equity to get a bigger home, leveraging your equity. So I realized when I was going to these listing appointments that they were sold, they were pre-sold. So then I gained confidence and I started making more videos. And then I was telling my coach, so my Mike Ferry coach is Jill. I have weekly calls with her on Wednesday morning. It's a 30-minute call. And I started telling my coach that this
Morning
is what's
is what?
happening. 9 to 9:30 in the
Oh,
morning.
really? So you're up.
Like 9 to 9:30 in the morning is late for you 5 a.m. club guys. But for me, it was like I would wake up at 8:30 and 9 o'clock get on a call. My coach started saying, okay, if this is working, continue. Because she's
Smart.
against me buying leads and all of that stuff. She's like, I'm against this too, but if this is working, continue.
I would say double down.
Double down. Go
So
all
she
in.
doesn't say double down,
I would
but
say
I
if you-
agree.
If this is working well for you, I would say double.
What is
Yeah.
it? Kaizen or what's the word for going all in, or this is working? This
I
some
don't know.
terminology. But
There
anyways,
is?
I'll look this up, and after the podcast,
Yeah, maybe,
just
yeah, let me
You
double
can,
know.
down.
you can add on whatever that word
Yeah,
is. Bang,
go,
bang.
go
Yeah, I
on.
could do that.
But he said it
Editing.
best. Double down. Go
Yeah, I
all
want to
in.
double down because I think what started happening was I gained confidence. So now every listing appointment I was going to, I was getting it because I was like, so the one built that momentum and I felt like I can do this.
Yes, and one thing that is because we were talking about earlier is that you have that branding because people are following you, people seeing what you're doing. But the thing is, I think is that what you're doing is positive. Very important is being positive.
I second that. You
I'm
are
very optimistic.
Yes.
Unless a few days you are, which is normal.
Not normal. Oh, normal.
Which
Okay,
is
okay,
normal.
okay,
He has to
okay,
hear
okay. All right,
it,
all right.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's part of the game. Put it
yeah,
this
it's
way.
part of the game for all of us as agents. But
Yes, yes.
but she is extremely driven and thinks really big, which is a big USP for
Yeah.
a woman to aspire to do really massive things, which I commend.
But
her for.
also, I noticed that because I'm a woman in this male-dominated industry, my methods are very different. I love that you guys want to go door knocking and
No,
like
not you guys,
fucking-
it's
okay.
you.
I love that you want to do that and you
One
guys want
is
to
a
wear
very
you guys
established
want to wear
team
your
leader.
suits and like go into your office every morning and you want to door knock in the heat. Wonderful, right? I have a different method. I'm all about I'm in my receiving like feminine energy, right? So when I feel confident and as I'm getting these listings and stuff, if you see my videos, I feel I'm more poised in my videos these days because I just have the sense of knowing and this comfort that things will come to me. So now this is getting a little woo-woo because I'm very strong. I believe in energy and stuff. So I feel like in a male-dominated industry, I have to make my own methods because this is working, right? So I'm going to continue on what's working for me. I love the hustle grind culture, but this is a different kind of hustle. For example, when my coach calls me on Wednesdays, like the last 2 Wednesdays when the calls happened, I was on my morning walk. I was lying in the grass taking this call, and my coach knew this. I'm like, dude, could not do that. I didn't call her dude, but I'm like, Jill, I'm in the grass, I'm chilling. These are the things that I want to talk to you about. And when I told Sunny this, he was like, you were lying in the grass while your coach was talking to you? I'm like, yeah. He found it really strange, right? And I get it because you're probably in a suit on your laptop and you're recording the call.
See, if Mike says record the call and
I love
play
that.
it 5 times a week, I'm gonna do that. If he says jump off this building, I'm gonna do that.
So,
Damn.
Of course, he's not gonna say jump off the damn building, and I'm not stupid to jump. But
Yeah.
I'm saying figure it because
Well-
I am a method person.
Yeah.
I will record the calls. I will
pretty
be
good.
prepared with questions, so I can be the best student that I can. be.
Fair.
And you just want to lie down, which is fair.
Sometimes you're just having a day where you just want to like lie down, right?
That's why I said I admire his work ethic, his discipline, which is amazing, right? And I think I've been coaching for, I don't know,
10 years?
something close. I think more than 10 years. Something close. I think more than 10 years.
12 years maybe, yeah. Wow.
Yes, about 10 years or so. I've never listened to the call, or I've recorded Lala calls,
But you've never listened to them back?
like probably 1 or 2 times.
Okay, I have no shame in saying that I recorded a very random call which he knows, or which a conversation per se, and I listen to it every day. It was him talking.
That's amazing.
It just gives me a proof of concept that somebody who is successful, or somebody that I can trust, who has the best intention, who I can aspire to be like, is doing XYZ.
Yeah, and like why
No,
reinvent the
no,
wheel?
thank-
We know somebody that has done it. So
And I have no shame. I own it like a badge, where my
I love
friend
it.
is saying this, and I want to be at that level where I'm so confident in my ability to say the same things which he says.
yeah.
Well, and
And I
first of all,
like
thank
taking
you.
bits and pieces from everybody.
Thank you for your trust. I think that's very important. What you said there is phenomenal. But I'm pretty sure there's people better than me out there. It's just that we're not trying to invent the wheel, but I do believe that the things works. These things work. It's just about if we're doing it,
Yeah.
and he is following
And
it.
same goes for my coach. I put him in real life situations which I face, and he is again a driver personality. Again, we follow the personality types, and contact Salwa for more if you want to know your personality type. But similar to him, very driver personality, and he'll say certain things which resonate with me, and I will take them and practice them and make it my own, and those things help me become a better agent. And why would I start to do everything my way, which may not turn out to be the best way possible, is where my thought process is.
Fair. And I take a lot of things that you guys do too. You don't see it,
Oh, thank you.
but I do it. But
So that-
overall, it's like, it's a mix of so many people.
Exactly. I think that it's not about one. No, first of all, I believe in micro system, but I just believe that there's more things that you can build on top of what you're doing, especially like what you're saying there, your social media works. Double down. Going back to the question, what are you going to do to double down?
So when I came back from the Superstar Retreat, I decided to do things that I wouldn't normally do, which is like actually have a schedule, right? Which it hasn't worked out completely right now, but I'm committing to restarting, right? Because a lot of times, if I don't follow it, I'm just like, oh, whatever, I'll just fuck it, go back to my normal schedule. But I'm restarting. Like every week, I'm committing to restarting, and then hopefully, eventually, it'll become a habit. Database calls. I'm committing. My coach and I discussed last week that only 1 hour a day, not 4 hours a day, just 1 hour a day, commit to making database calls.
Wow, 1 hour.
1 hour.
That's about my.
And for me, that is achievable.
So you have such a big database, is what you're saying, and if you're not working that's
So
unbelievable.
1 hour a day is just to make calls. It could be database, it could be center of influence, past clients.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right, because
So-
I
so
have everything
prospect
on
for 1 hour.
prospect for 1 hour. I
Makes
have
sense.
everything on Agent Locator right now, past clients, online leads, which I stopped. I stopped paying for online leads like a while ago, but I'm only committing to prospecting 1 hour a day. Now that's achievable. That's not daunting. It's not making me lose my mind.
Right.
So that's one thing that I've implemented. But social media, yes, I don't know if I'm doubling down yet, but I could work on it. I think the podcast has been the biggest increase
Oh, for sure.
in content. So
Harpreet, you are
thank you, HS Media.
It is amazing.
HS Media.
Amazing.
Anybody who's looking for a podcast or somebody who's doing a phenomenal job, HS Media.
So,
Take it.
HS Media, right?
HS.media on
HS
Instagram.
Media.
I'll send you the.
You'll find me, right?
Yeah,
I'll
you'll
find
find
you too. Thank you. So you're talking about schedule, right? So what are you going to add on to your schedule? Or what are you going to change this in terms of schedule? That's for you and you as well.
So far,
after.
I've added so many things. Like I'm very inspired by your 5 a.m. wake up time, which is really hard for me. I'm so sleepy, and usually what my body does is when I commit to something new that is, physically draining, like waking up at 5 a.m. or committing to working out every day, my body reacts on the third or fourth day by getting sick. So all I have to do is push through it because I know it's going to work out. So I'm not going to add anything more drastic because waking up at 5 a.m., working out 4 times a week is pretty drastic for me right now.
I think that what you said is phenomenal over there, that if you can add on to 5 a.m., it will change a lot. So I think if you read the book called the
5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma.
no, not the 5 a.m. Club, the what's it called, the habit,
The Power of Habit.
Power of Habit.
Yeah.
It's about 21 days. If you do
I've
it consistently 21 days, your habit will change. And then your habit will change based on what you added on. For example, if you're saying that I'm going to the gym, if you can prepare your gym clothing ahead of time, the night before.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
If you prepare everything over there,
Yeah.
and when you wake up, first thing is, hey, you know what? I'm gonna wake up, get dressed, prepare for the gym. One thing that I feel that is if you actually start with your day having that meditation in the morning,
Yeah.
that 5-10 minutes, I'm not sure, it depends, right? Some people, I
30
think
minutes to 1 hour, actually. I'm
really?
committing to longer than
Oh my
that
God.
because I notice the difference it makes in my day, right? Like, I'm a very reactive person.
Yes.
I get angry. So that helps me.
Thank God that we haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
Some people have seen it.
Thank God I haven't seen it. Yeah. So that meditation, that 5-10 minutes for me, it worked out really well. And
That's
then
awesome.
reading-
5-10 minutes?
Yes,
He,
5 minutes.
he follows the tapping method.
Yes.
So just
That's pretty
something
cool.
you
It's
should
on
know.
my Breathe app, actually. I've done tapping because I have problems sleeping. So I've done tapping for.
No, I think that tapping because when you're doing meditations, we can't focus. We're thinking about different stuff. But when you're actually tapping, it kind of, you
Gives you something to think about.
focus. Oh, we're
Yeah.
kind of tapping, these things. So it actually
pretty
helped.
interesting.
It actually helped me. And then once I finished that, I would go on the reading, like, let's say 20 to 30 minutes, get me going. And then if it's a normal day, what I call normal days, go to the gym, like go to the gym, or I'll do it in the basement, right? So I think that when you do that, you have a lot of extra time when you wake up at 5 a.m.
Correct.
So that you can do a lot of stuff that you're not normally doing. But
Yeah.
having a routine.
Yeah,
really
like
helps.
just the 5 to 7 a.m., the things I do between 5 to 7 a.m. is helping me do my rest of the day better because once I get that done, I feel so accomplished.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself that everything else becomes easier. But I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, so let's see how long it lasts. But I mean, I'm committed to it.
Having a
Let's see.
schedule, having that schedule and committed to 21 days, and I think that will change.
Yeah.
That applies to me
Now
too.
the power of habit is wonderful, but have you read The Compound Effect? The compound effect had a bigger impact on me because, it's the compound effect. So I have to reread or re-listen to that book again because that will motivate me.
Same thing. I think that compound affect me more than the power of habit. I have to say too.
It's like, the
Yes.
point, what is it? The 0.2 degree of that would compound into like a whole 180.
Oh, you're talking about the money, right? In terms of compounding, or
Correct.
Yeah.
Money, but
Yes.
it applies to like literally everything in your life, right?
That was an example of money.
Yeah.
I
That
think-
Tony Robbins gave.
Yes. I think that one. Same here. That affected me more than the power of habit. But the power of habit, it could be that I'm not understanding that well.
But I will add power of habit to my list.
Yes.
I find that reading has been really difficult. Audibles are it for me right now.
It is a pretty slowed down read.
Yeah.
So
I'll just listen to it.
Just a little bit will make a difference.
And I think that the one thing is enjoy that. This morning I was reading. Currently I'm reading the book called No Rules Rule by Reed Lasting, Netflix founder. It was amazing. It's amazing. I'm still reading it, but it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And every time I'm thinking about reading it's all about culture. So every time I'm reading it, I'm thinking about how can I apply to my business now? What kind of questions I can ask to help my team to grow that business, the culture that we have here.
That's very interesting.
Wonderful.
Yes. So I've been thinking about every time I'm reading, I read for a couple pages, think about how can I apply this.
So
So
is your schedule changed in any way, or is there something that you're going to be bringing to the table?
what do you mean by bringing to the table?
So, for example, you are inspired by this great leader or the book, and
Yes.
you said culture. Are you going to be
Like
bringing-
at your office, because you actually
for
have
sure,
a
for
team.
sure. I'm thinking about this every day. How can I have that? I'm all about how can I get to the next level? How can I help my team, help my group to get to the next level? I'm all
Aren't you
about
guys
that.
already in next level group?
So we share this common factor as to this is our core value as to we
Correct.
want to be really better people, better agents, better human.
I think if you're good and if you aim to strive to be better in one aspect of your life, it affects other areas of your life. And I feel like, being a realtor for me is like means to an end, right? Overall, of course, the impact I want to make is the bigger picture. But being a realtor is going to get me there. That's the influence I have right now. I mean, it could be something else later. I don't know. But right now, the routine, the waking up in the morning, it's just helping me become a better person so that I can become a better realtor.
So schedule certainly is in your life, and you're trying to work.
Yeah,
at.
because that's just something I've struggled with all my life, like discipline,
With 16 years in business, you have a schedule. Well, I know, but for the audience,
Well, I do have a schedule. Usually, like before 8:30. It depends, right? But at 8:30, I'll be in the office. I'll
Okay.
role play with my team.
you can close your ears, but okay,
Right.
go on.
I will be working
Whatever.
with my team. So after that, I'll be going over with my different stuff. It could be prospecting. It could be working with my team on how can we get ourselves to better serve our clients. That's what I've been doing right now. And sometimes I feel that I don't have enough time, but I do feel that I have a lot of times.
Yeah.
Right, because I'm actually doing different ways of actually making sure that all my clients are taken care, like especially with sellers. Sellers. It's in this market right now. It's a little bit tough, where the sellers. I mean, obviously the market is not going as fast as normally. So
Yeah.
I'm going to quote him. Anybody can get a listing in this market. You got to
You gotta
get a
sell
sellable
it,
listing.
yeah.
This was he may not realize it, but he will give random quotes to me.
Yeah, like I have a couple listings right now, that I know looks great that I have listings, but I don't know if they're going to sell.
So I think that starts with pricing it right from the beginning, right? And I, don't get me wrong, I take over listing,
Yeah, you've told me
overpriced
to.
listing as well.
You told me to.
But I took over overpriced listing as well. The point here is that we have to be like, we should be telling them, hey, we can test it out for that
That's exactly
3
what
to
I
4
say.
months,
And then we'll
3
do
to
a
4
price
weeks.
adjustment.
Yeah.
Not a reduction.
In the perfect world, the where I am, I seen an MFO listing presentation. If anybody is aspiring to be a realtor and a good one, YouTube, it's there. He's making a presentation live on stage, so everybody should see it. Of course,
Including
you being an MFO agent, you should see it. I try you asked me about my schedule. That is, apart from my role play, that's one thing that I absolutely see, and it gives me so much power.
To watch him on YouTube.
And just to be close to what he did on stage, to be so controlling in the situation, not still being mindful and providing value to the
Yeah.
sellers, but that is a mark of a real professional doing a job. Like, he came to own those people, and those were MFO agents. To be able to run that conversation the way
Can you send me that link?
Well, find it
Well,
yourself.
put it this way. If you're
What a
going to a
jerk.
professional, just like, if you're going to professional, for example, you're going to a doctor, right? You're not going to tell the doctor what to do.
Yeah.
Again,
Right.
an MFO analogy, you won't know. But
You're
Haha,
not gonna-
MFO said that in Vegas, okay?
Right? You're not
I
going
mean,
to tell
Mike
them
Curry
what to
said
do.
it.
You're gonna, he's gonna qualify. He or she the doctor gonna qualify.
They're going to
you,
control the conversation.
ask a
You're
lot
not
of
gonna-
questions,
Ask
not
a lot of
control.
yes, yes.
All right, the question game. Great.
Yes, yeah. You're asking a lot of questions to make sure that lean to direct how he is gonna be helping you, right? He or she gonna be helping. The doctor gonna be helping
And
you.
he says it. Even if he's talking to us, he says, I don't know if you realize it. Okay, what do you feel about? And he'll say, perfect. And he will use the same terms which are so MFO correlated. He does not realize it. Do you realize it?
It's in his blood now.
Do I say it? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Even with friends on a casual
This
conversation.
is this is what we do at dinner, right?
Yeah, he will say this. He will ask a question. Okay, what do you feel? Then I give him an answer, and he says, "Perfect." He'll approve.
Yeah.
He will approve the fact and say,
Yeah.
"Okay, I heard you." Now then he will go on with the call.
But that's amazing. I think I should do that too. Like, play the question game all the time.
Exactly.
My parents would get so annoyed.
Uh,
But I'll try.
well, some if they know, they will enjoy.
Exactly. Let them know, and then maybe they can.
I'm gonna play the game with you,
Oh God.
right? Every time you ask a question, I'll answer it, and I'll ask you another question.
That's
Yeah.
the MFO game.
Yes,
That's
it's
the
a-
question
MFO
game.
Yes. Yeah.
So our coach mentor preaches this.
Godfather.
Godfather, of
Yes,
course.
of course.
He says it and absolutely lets us know to be becoming better salespeople, and the only way to do that is to ask the more insightful, most powerful questions, and the only way to do that is to practice. And this is one way which he's taught us, is to approve, answer the question, and then ask more questions. So that's the game.
Perfect.
Perfect. Like, see, that's exactly what I said. So he will say, perfect.
All right.
Are we,
I
are we
think
done?
Harpreet is like,
Are
shut
we
the
done?
fuck up, you all.
Are we done or are we done?
Are we done or are we done?
You're done with Salwa.
Sorry, what?
I said you were done with Salwa.
I'm done, man. What else
This
to
is
do?
long conversation, by the way.
Very long.
Very long conversation, but I think that's
This was fun.
hour 25.
Hour 25?
It's
Okay.
the longest podcast I've ever recorded.
But
we should actually
no,
have
but
like
you
an
should,
ending,
you
like
should
a
have a
wrapping up.
closing.
Yes, we have
This
a
is
close.
what I've been pushing you towards. See how much better it's getting the longer it's
They're
going.
my friends. This is like how we talk at dinner, you know?
Yeah.
I can't do this with
You
other
know,
people.
honestly, I want you. I like you to come to my office. I want to do this as well.
Yeah, he
It's
will
amazing.
invite me again.
Yes.
I will be there. So you, even if
And
you
then-
didn't intend to, I'm gonna.
I have to
You
come back. I have
self-
to get them both in, right? They're both in my
Yeah.
first episode, right?
Better have champagne.
Say this. This is a condition only if Sunny and Salwa are there. I'm coming.
Put down the contract.
Yes, thank you. I'm honored.
Just sign the contract.
Yes,
Put down the
yeah,
contract.
exactly.
Sign the contract.
Sign the
right?
contract,
Oh
please.
my
He's
God.
MFO too.
Okay, so you should have a
Closing.
closing
Let's
comment.
close it.
There you go.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a mark of a professional
Yes,
right there.
perfect.
Okay, you should have a closing comment.
How do we wrap this up? This is like,
Salwa,
Remember
we.
the topic was your 2-year celebration.
Yes, 2-year celebrations.
So I think you should have maybe some final thoughts from them.
So
Here's some tips for you.
she has learned a lot from me. But I mean, yeah. Okay.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna come back to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back. Action.
All right, guys, this was such a fun conversation. Thank you so much for coming to my podcast. Do you have any final thoughts for me and my 2-year anniversary as a realtor?
You want to start first?
Absolutely, I can start. Like I said in the beginning of the conversation, I just wish the absolute best. May you celebrate 5, 10, 20, countless years till the time you enjoy this. I wish you the most empowering career and you continue to grow. Maybe listen to MFO a little bit, maybe prospect a little bit, maybe practice a little bit. It will only
Make me better.
make you better, and that's my wish for you. Of course, like he said, double down, triple down on social media. Do what's working best for you. Ultimately, you have to be the person that's giving the best service, and if it's through social media, excellent. Coach Jill, this is going to be recorded. I'm going to be sending this to MFO, and let's see how it reacts.
Poor Jill.
Perfect. Whatever Sunny said is what I said. No. Thank you again. Congratulations on your 2-year anniversary as being a realtor, and thank you for having me over as your 2-year anniversary. And what I think is that having a goal. For example, if you said that we talk about doubling it down, right?
Yeah.
So, what is your goal that you want to double down? Having a goal, it will take you to where you want to go. For example, I was coming from New Market, by the way. I put in destination to this location, and obviously it took me over here.
Yeah.
So same thing with you, having a goal to what you want to do in terms of either in social media, whatever you want to do, have a goal. Break down from 1 year goal to quarterly goal to monthly goal to weekly goal.
Yeah.
Now, after weekly goal, it's going to be daily goals. What are you going to do with daily goals to going back towards that what you're looking for? Once you break it down, now you're going to go from daily goal to weekly goal to monthly goal to quarter to month to year.
I like that plan.
And
Right.
I'm gonna copy what he said. This is exactly
I love
have
it.
a goal, and I
And
didn't
this is
say-
recorded. I don't need to
really
record it.
I really thank you for making us a part of
Yeah,
your
thank you.
celebration. That's a
Yes.
that's a
I th-
big thing.
And
We
I
are
really
honored.
thank EXP that I met you guys. So
Exactly. Fine.
Thank you for having us over. Yeah.
And where can my audience find you if they want to get a hold of you guys?
Sunny?
Phone number 647-628-42.
Sure, you can give their Instagram. You can give your
I'm
Instagram.
in social media, okay, social media
Fine,
girl.
I'll put their social media handles in the
podcast,
description.
so Realtor Sunny Dugal for me across all platforms.
Andy Zhang team, ZHENG.
He's fancy
Yeah.
team leader.
Yeah,
So
yeah. He's on Instagram as a team
and
too.
Yes.
and
You know
the
where to
host-
find me already.
The host with the most.
Yes, the host.
Love it. Thank you guys.
And of course,
Thank
HS
you.
HS.media
Yeah.
for the most insightful content on social
Amazing.
media. HS Media.
Yeah. HS Media. Thank you.
Is it a wrap?
It's
Yes.